Oh, pull it up, Jamie.
Johnny Bones, a.k.a. Sexual
I challenge you to break me. And it's gonna be intimate, and you're gonna like it. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna make him my wife.
John Jones, please fucking pound me.
Just slowly choking this thing down.
Gooning. Cooming. Beating your meat, like how John Jones beats his fiancée. I hate you. It's an act that's been known by many different names, but we all know what it is. And let's be honest about it. We've all done it in the past. But that doesn't mean you should continue to do it. It's degenerate, it's bad for your mental health, it's bad for your perception of and relationships with women, it's bad for your soul. And every time you do it, you end up hating yourself after finishing. Many fighters abstain from the act in the lead up to a fight, saying that it helps them maintain their virility. And based upon what we're going to go through today, they are likely right. And why is that? Well, today, I've identified the 4 worst gooners in the UFC. And let me tell you, the 4 guys I'm going to be talking about today have been on a downward spiral, all of which is related to their gooning habits. Getting started with offender 1, we have the guy whose gooning tendencies have likely ruined his career forever. That's right, I'm talking about Conor McGregor. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of the case here, but yeah, he has been held liable in a civil court for assaulting that woman. We can't be sure if Conor is guilty or not, since the law would have to prove beyond a shadow of a reasonable doubt in a criminal case that he did it, but what we can be sure of is that McGregor is a sex addict. I have pretty good evidence that shows what Conor McGregor's fetish is. Now, drumroll please. McGregor has an impregnation and breastfeeding fetish. Now, why can I say that? Well, I've got 3 pieces of evidence. They are as follows. Exhibit 1. D always being pregnant.
Dude, McGregor is Jesus Christ, dude. D. Devlin is pregnant again a week ago. McGregor needs to stop. What is he doing? He's just fucking. She's just his fucking mule, basically. His cum pig, basically. D. Devlin's just McGregor's little cum cow. Dude, D. Devlin, dude. This is the most fertile woman of all time. There's never been a woman more fertile than D. Devlin. Do you understand that? I'm so attracted. D. Devlin knows exactly what she's doing, chat. D. Devlin knows exactly what she's doing. Exactly what she's doing. I'm telling you. She is using her. She knows she's in heat. She knows she's in heat. It's been about a month since she gave birth. She's a seed farmer. She is. She knows she's in heat. She knows that McGregor needs like testosterone right now, and that's the best way to raise testosterone, dude. She's just getting her pheromones all over him. She knows she's in heat, and she's fertile right now. She's in season. She's in breeding season right now. God, I love D. Devlin, dude. What an absolute legendary woman she is.
So as you heard from the simp MMA guru, lusting after McGregor's wife there, D. Devlin always seems to be pregnant. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of crazy how Conor is constantly knocking up his fiancée, but still feels like he needs to sleep with other women. Now, moving on to Exhibit 2, the breastfeeding mothers page. This is my main piece of evidence for McGregor having this fetish. Alright, so just look at this page, right? He's liked a video on there, and it's run by some, breastfeeding adult content creator. Which, let me just add, is disgusting. Imagine if you're her kid or the kid of another of these women that's on this page. You're basically being used as a child in adult content. It's vile, and stuff like this should be banned. And it's a shame that this stuff is allowed on sites like Instagram. But Conor McGregor's liked this page. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's disgusting that these kids are being put up on the internet in this manner. But the fact that Coomer follows this influencer is just further evidence of his impregnation and breastfeeding fetish. And now for the cherry on top, we have Exhibit 3, the details from the case. Now, I'm going to be brief here, but let's just say that Coomer McGooner's genetic material was found inside Nikita Hand's vagina. And mind you, Nikita Hand was a married woman with a child of her own at the time this incident occurred. And I'm like 90% sure that the kid was an infant or a toddler. So regardless of whether it was or not, Coomer was treating his Gaelic micropene like it was BKFC. You know, no wrapping, no protection, nothing. So we've got Coomer McGooner shooting his load inside young moms, following breastfeeding pages on Instagram, and having his wife, fiancé, pregnant all the time. Now, of course, this is all just speculation. And next up in the Hall of Gooning shame is Cody Garbrandt.
The right hand's my IQ.
Oh, Cody. From the goat-slaying champion of bantamweight to now an unranked has-been with a serious gooning issue. Take a look at Cody's Instagram and Twitter. Bro's brain is cooked. It's as if he's followed every single OnlyFans model with tattoos and big fake tits in the world. And, while I already briefly mentioned this in the Ian Gary video, the dude was down bad for Ian Gary's current wife, Layla Machado. This raises the question of whether Garbrandt's gooning was the cause of his chin turning to glass. There's plenty of studies showing that adult content affects the brain, rewiring neural pathways and things like that. Could it be that Cody Garbrandt's noggin, being in the constantly edged state that it is, has become more susceptible to being flatlined? Has his brain been rotted so badly by his penchant for gooning that it's now like a piece of rotten driftwood, fragile and easily shattered like Jamal Hill's ego? Well, I'll leave that to your imagination. Our next gooner is the one and only Israel Adesanya, more commonly known by his various nicknames such as Glizzy, Dogbender, Gyno Sanya, and the Black Dragon.
A lot of that's not true, like maybe the steroids aren't true, but the jerking off the cartoons is true, so it's like...
And that's facts.
Oh, this guy, bro, this guy.
I'm sure everybody is already quite well aware that Israel Adesanya is a serial gooner. He's confessed to gooning to hentai, and has been caught following puppy play OnlyFans girls on Twitter. There's no doubt that Genderbender is a gooner of the worst order, destined to burn in hell for his gooning, cooming ways. However, the worst act that Puppy Sanya ever committed was gooning his dog and posting it to social media. And the truth is, the dog kisser knew his gooning to canines was shameful, because the first thing he told Strickland after getting beaten like a bitch for 5 rounds, pun intended by the way, was asking him not to make fun of his dog.
He was mad that I made from his dog. I'm not even joking. Is that what it was? He was mad that I made from his dog. I'm like...
This shows that the Nigerian nonce mayor knows that his gooning is shameful, and that he's a horrible person for touching his dog like that. The only thing I'm surprised about with the P. Diddy of puppies is that he didn't devour his victims after abusing them, considering his Chinese heritage, of course. And now finally, we have the gooner-in-chief, Dana White.
Is John Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT?
Did what?
Is John Jones the pound-for-pound GOAT?
He's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, and he's the GOAT. And you all know this. Numbers don't lie.
Does he have pictures of you?
Absolutely, yeah.
I know I baited you into watching this video with that edit I made of Dana, Rogan, and Sexual Chocolate at the beginning, but I'm actually not here to talk about their intense relationship, because I think enough people have already covered that. We all already know that John Jones has Dana by the balls, literally and figuratively. So I'd like to talk about Dana and his gooning tactics regarding Power Slap instead. As you can see here, Dana White is using OnlyFans girls to promote Power Slap. And now, Dana is a massive gooner just by himself. You can tell this not only from his relationship with John, but from all the models he follows. His own mother has also accused Dana of cheating on his wife with ring girls. But when it comes to the Power Slap marketing, I can see what Dana's gooner brain is thinking of here. And I have to say that Dana might be a low-key marketing genius by using this OnlyFans chick to market this terrible, terrible sport. I'm going to use a quick analogy to explain this, but here it goes. Power slap is to combat sports, as gooning is to actual relationships. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's start by asking this question. What would most people say is the highlight of a fight? Well, most would say that it is the finish. A brutal, nasty KO. And judging by how there's hundreds of thousands of KO compilations everywhere, showcasing just about every single way under the sun that one man can give another man brain damage, you can tell that MMA fans, combat sports fans, in general, we all enjoy them. However, we're all disgusted by power slap, even though the whole point of power slap is about producing a knockout that you can put on one of these, KO compilations and put that compilation on like TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, where it has the potential to get hundreds of millions of views. So why do fans of combat sports who enjoy watching these knockout compilations dislike power slap? Well, it's because power slap and gooning are both about the same thing: immediate satisfaction. When you goon, you get a rush of pleasure, but that's it. Once the dopamine hit fades, you're left there wanting to die, and you feel disgusted with yourself. You don't feel the same regret when you engage in intimacy with a person you have genuine feelings for and connections with. There's like a warmth, a sense of belonging. There's something beautiful or admirable in that, and that applies to a fight. Whenever there's a fight-ending KO that sticks in our minds, we think about what led to that blow being landed, what the story of that fight was, and how that everything in that fight led up to that final cathartic moment. The way that Max Holloway pointed to the ground, giving Gaethje a chance to knock him out in a fight that Gaethje was losing and Max was winning. How Conor McGregor spoke his KO of Aldo into existence, winning the featherweight title with the first punch he threw. Leon Edwards head-kicking Kamaru Usman in a fight he was down on and about to lose on the cards. All of these KOs are beautiful because each one has a story behind them, and each one includes displays of technique, precision, power, and most important of all, human willpower. In the case of power slap, the violence is purely gratuitous, and that's why Dana is using OnlyFans girls to promote it. Is because he knows that the type of guy who watches power slap is also likely to be addicted to cheap sexual gratification. Power slap and gooning are the same because they both aim to deliver a dose of dopamine in the shortest and crudest way possible. And that's why Dana is the worst gooner in the UFC, because he's trying to take advantage of the worst instincts in all of us. Anyways, thanks for watching until the end of the video. The moral of the video is that just like how you shouldn't watch power slap, you should not goon. Otherwise, you'll lose your chin and become a dog molester. Make sure to subscribe, and I also made a Discord for the channel where you can watch UFC fight cards together with me in a voice chat, so make sure to join if you consider yourself a fan of mine. Have a nice rest of your day, and don't goon.